There was a time when spotting a Harley Davidson on the road meant something special. It stood for freedom, pride, and rebellion. Owning one was the ultimate goal for many bikers. But that time is fading. Today, Harley faces high prices, unhappy customers, and a younger generation that just isn't interested. The company isn't just losing money, it's slowly losing what made it famous in the first place. Harley's financial situation isn't just a bump in the road, it's serious. Sales are dropping fast. In the US, where Harley once ruled the market, dealerships are struggling to sell bikes. Overseas markets aren't doing any better. Harley used to depend on new global customers, but now even those numbers are going down. Recent financial reports show how bad it is. Costs are going up, profits are shrinking, and the company is losing money quickly. If something doesn't change, Harley could be in real trouble. One of the biggest reasons is that Harley hasn't kept up with the times. While other motorcycle brands are growing, modernizing, and attracting young riders, Harley seems stuck. They keep doing things the old way, relying on the same business model they've used for decades. But that model just doesn't work anymore. Another huge problem is the price. Harleys used to be seen as bikes for everyday people. Now they've turned into luxury items. The dream of owning a Harley used to feel possible. Now it feels out of reach. The entry-level Nightster costs over $13,000 before any dealer fees. After taxes and add-ons, you're looking at around $17,000. A fully loaded touring model? That could cost anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 or more. And then there are the hidden costs. Dealers are known to add fees and markups that can raise the price even more. What starts as a $25,000 bike can easily cost $30,000 by the time you sign the paperwork. Other companies like Honda, Yamaha, and Indian are offering similar bikes for half the price. So people ask themselves, why spend more on a Harley when they can get a reliable, powerful bike elsewhere for much less? And even if someone has the money, a lot of younger riders don't even want a Harley. That leads to another big issue, Harley's image. For years, owning a Harley was about being part of a lifestyle. It wasn't just a motorcycle, it was a symbol of belonging to a group. But now that image is outdated. Younger riders don't want to join a specific club or wear matching leather jackets. They're not interested in biker gangs or the old-school Harley attitude. They want bikes that are easy to ride, affordable, and open to everyone. Harley hasn't changed to meet that need. Instead, they've doubled down on exclusivity. They keep promoting Harley-only clubs and events. But this is actually pushing people away. New riders want to be welcomed, not judged. They want community and freedom, not rules and expectations. Other brands are doing just that. Honda, Indian, and BMW are bringing people together, no matter what bike they ride. Mixed brand meetups, adventure rides, and social events are bringing in all kinds of riders. Harley is still stuck using the same old ads with tattooed bikers and roaring engines, missing the point that today's riders come from all walks of life. On top of all that, Harley's most loyal fans, the ones who kept the company going for years, are aging out. Many of them aren't riding anymore, but younger people aren't showing up to replace them, and that's Harley's biggest problem. Today's buyers want value. They want features, performance, and affordability. If they can get all that from another brand for less, they will. Name recognition doesn't mean what it used to. And if Harley wasn't already in trouble, here's what's making things even worse: the used market. One of Harley's biggest threats isn't another brand, it's their own used bikes. Unlike cars, motorcycles often stay in great condition for years. Harleys especially are usually well-maintained, barely used, and kept indoors. So the used market is full of clean, low-mileage Harleys at great prices. This becomes a problem when a 5-year-old road glide with low miles and custom parts can be bought for $15,000, while a new one might cost over $30,000. To most people, the older bike looks and rides nearly the same, and Harley's designs haven't changed much over the years. So why would anyone spend double the price for a new one? And because many of these used bikes have upgrades, like saddlebags, windshields, and custom paint jobs, they're actually more attractive than the newer stock models. Harley hasn't updated its lineup enough to make new bikes feel fresh. Other brands bring out new designs and features often. Harley tends to stick with the same look and feel, year after year. And in today's world, that's not enough. Even when Harley tries something new, they often miss the mark. Their electric bike, the Livewire, was supposed to bring in younger, tech-savvy riders, but it cost nearly $30,000, way too expensive for its target market. It didn't sell, and Harley quietly moved it into its own separate brand. Then there was the Pan America, Harley's first adventure bike. It was actually well-reviewed, but one good bike isn't enough to fix the whole brand. That market is already owned by BMW, Honda, and KTM. Harley's modern engine, the Revolution Max, was a step forward too, but they only used it in a few models. Most of their bikes still use old air-cooled engines. Riders today want more power, better fuel efficiency, and smoother rides. Harley's air-cooled lineup doesn't keep up. Harley Davidson has been close to collapse before, but this time feels different. Back in the late 1970s and early 1980s, the company was in deep trouble. Japanese brands like Honda, Yamaha, and Kawasaki were taking over the market with cheaper and more reliable bikes. Harley was falling behind. Their motorcycles had outdated technology, poor build quality, and problems like oil leaks and mechanical failures. Even loyal fans started looking elsewhere. By the early 80s, Harley was almost bankrupt. Sales had dropped sharply, and the brand looked like it might disappear. But somehow, Harley made a comeback. They got help from the US government, which added high tariffs on imported Japanese bikes. This gave Harley time to catch up. They worked on fixing their quality, brought in better manufacturing systems, and promoted their image as a proudly American company. They made their brand about freedom and rebellion, and people loved it. It worked. By the late 1980s, Harley had won back its place, but today's problems are much bigger. This time, there's no quick solution. The world has changed. Harley can't just rely on tariffs or patriotic ads. The competition now isn't just about price, it's about tech, performance, and what younger riders want. Electric motorcycles are rising, adventure bikes are taking over, and heavy cruisers are fading. Harley's old strategy doesn't work anymore. Back then, Harley blamed outside competition. Now the biggest problem is inside the company. They've refused to adapt. The bikes are too expensive, the technology is falling behind, and the image hasn't changed in decades. New riders aren't excited about leather vests or loud pipes. They want bikes that fit their lives, lightweight, fast, efficient, and fun. If Harley can't adjust, someone else will take their spot, and someone already is. Indian Motorcycles, revived in 2011 by Polaris, has taken a smarter path. They didn't try to copy Harley. Instead, they took what riders loved, classic cruiser style, and mixed it with better engineering. Indian bikes have liquid-cooled engines, modern features, and competitive pricing. They offer comfort and strong performance without the old-school problems. It's working. Riders are switching from Harley to Indian and not looking back. Indian Scout and Challenger models are winning over people who used to be loyal Harley fans. And they're not alone. Brands like Honda, Yamaha, BMW, and Triumph are all picking up the customers Harley is losing. The real problem is that Harley doesn't want to let go of the past. They want to keep their loyal older riders happy. But in doing so, they're losing the next generation. While other brands innovate and move forward, Harley keeps hesitating. And that hesitation is putting everything they've built at risk. Let us know in the comments, smash that like button, and make sure to subscribe so you never miss any videos. See you in the next video.